Presentation of the Lord. Christ, the light of the nations. Fourth Sunday in Ordinary Time Year. See this Sunday reflection is prepared by Father Abe Francis, pastor at St. Jude Church, Grand Rapids, Michigan, USA. The Presentation of the Lord, the Feast of the Presentation of the Lord, celebrated 40 days after Christmas, marks the moment when Mary and Joseph brought Jesus to the temple to fulfill the law of Moses. This feast highlights the mystery of Christ as the light of the world and his consecration to God. It also commemorates the faithful obedience of Mary and Joseph and their unwavering dedication to God's will. Simeon and Anna, two elderly figures, represent Israel's long-awaited hope for the Messiah, rejoicing in God's fulfilled promise. This day invites us to reflect on the significance of offering our lives to God in thanksgiving for his redemptive love. As candles are traditionally blessed on this feast, we are reminded to carry the light of Christ into the world. Messages from the first reading, Malachi chapter 3 verse 1-4, the Lord will come to purify his people. The prophet Malachi foretells the coming of the Lord to his temple as a refiner's fire, symbolizing purification and transformation. He seeks to cleanse his people, removing impurities and calling them holiness and acceptable before him. This imagery reminds us that God desires not just external obedience but inner purity and righteousness. The offering of Judah and Jerusalem will then be pleasing to the Lord, indicating a restored relationship with him. This passage calls us to examine our hearts, asking how we can be open to God's refining work in our lives. It challenges us to reflect on how we prepare ourselves to encounter the Lord in our daily lives. Second reading, Hebrews chapter 2 verse 14-18, Christ shares in our humanity to redeem us. In this passage, the author of Hebrews reflects on the significance of Christ's incarnation. By taking on human nature, Jesus shared in our struggles, suffering, and mortality. Through his death, he destroyed the power of the devil and freed those enslaved by the fear of death. As our merciful and faithful high priest, he made atonement for our sins, bridging the gap between God and humanity. His experience of temptation enables him to help us in our times of weakness. This reading reminds us of the profound love of Christ, who fully entered into our human condition to save us. Gospel according to St. Luke chapter 2 verse 22-40. Mary and Joseph bring Jesus to the temple to fulfill the law of Moses, demonstrating their obedience and faithfulness. There, Simeon and Anna recognize the child as the promised Messiah, offering praise and thanksgiving to God. Simeon declares Jesus to be a light for revelation to the Gentiles and the glory of Israel, emphasizing his universal mission of salvation. He also foretells the suffering Mary will endure, revealing the cost of discipleship and the profound mystery of God's plan. Anna, a prophetess, serves as a model of faith and perseverance, dedicating her life to worship and prayer. This gospel invites us to see Christ as the fulfillment of God's promises and challenges us to share his light with others through lives of faith and devotion. Meditation question for this week: how can I allow Christ, the light of the world, to purify and transform my heart so that I may reflect his light to others in my daily life?